Something that we often take for granted is how do we arrive at our understanding of what is good and what is bad, what is good for society and what is evil for society. You know, when we look at it from a horizontal perspective, from man to man, woman to woman, then these terms remain relative. You have to have an authority that is outside of creation, that's outside of time, that's outside of place, that actually defines these terms. If we think about from the beginning of history, if we look at any philosophy, any religion, the crux of the conversation has always been what is good for humanity and what is bad for humanity. And this is something that I think as believers we take for granted, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us guidance upon this, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He actually praises Himself in Surah Al-Kahf. He says, praise be to Allah, right? It's interesting because the one who owns all praise is praising Himself. So whatever is going to come next has to be something very, very powerful. And He says, Alhamdulillahi alladhi anzala ala abdihi al-kitab, that He revealed upon His servants the book, walam yaj'al lahu iwaja, that is not crooked, it has no crookedness. And the way that you and I, we can really understand this is that it is palpable by the human mind. So in essence, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us in the Quran what's good for us, what's bad for us. And therefore, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He actually swears by time that mankind is at a loss. And it's in simple language, He's saying that human beings are losers. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, except if they believe. This is why He's saying such a powerful statement, because belief in what He has given us allows us to do good actions. وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, right? He says, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا, except those who believe. وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, and do actions, do good actions based on that belief. Because if we remove belief from the equation, then we see that in society, these terms are ever devolving, right? What used to be good 20 years ago is no longer seen as such, right? And we see that in many, many different examples, whether it's dress, whether it's consumption, whether it's roles in society. And so He says, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ, and they enjoin that which is true. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, and they stand for patience, right? And so if we want to, be successful as a nation, and we want to be successful as human beings, then our moral fabric has to be etched and stitched by the Quran.